Welcome back to Bash Bros in episode 66 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series, where we find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. Last time you guys were here was last week, so there's not really much to talk about, but we will take a look at the show. It was a 63 from the Black Box in Ireland. It was overall a pretty solid show. Our main event had two decent performers, but with not great psychology, so we did let it only run for 15 minutes, but Maiko Satomura and Alpha Female did steal the show with a 60 in their Eliminator tournament match. It was a belter, but none of that mattered. Well, it does matter, but none of that matters because, my god, do we have some news to discuss. Firstly, 2 episodes ago, I remember saying that we had kind of stalled out in the company war rankings. We were kind of in and around, I believe it was something like, I can't remember the number, but we were in and around a number and we had stalled out. But now, because why wouldn't we have started moving again. So yeah, I think we were stalling. We were stalling out around 43, 44, and now we've already started to move because, of course, we would. Because the minute I talk about something, the opposite happens. So we have Beyond have started to really rapidly fall down the ladder here. They're Jeebus currently on an insignificant. So watch this space as they start to just fly down here. Rev Pro, who have kind of been behind us, have also dropped off the pace a wee bit. Still just losing money at a terrible, terrible rate. Will they let us buy them over? Nope. They still think they can survive. Next up, I would really like to overtake Riptide. They are obviously a Brighton-based company, so they are rivals of ours. So yeah, I'd love to overtake them next. But they have a great UK roster. I mean, Martina, Kyle Fletcher, Vicky Haskins, we all have. But they also have the Ojimo, Mike Bailey, Killer Kelly, who wasn't great for us, but still good. Cara Noir, Giselle Shaw, current Progress Women's Champion, Connor Mills. Matt Kurt, TK Cooper, Charlie Evans, Chuck Mambo. That is a who's who of British wrestling at the minute. So yeah, I'd like to overtake them soon, and then once we overtake Riptide, I'd like to. Once we overtake Riptide, other than NXT UK, that'll be us being the biggest promotion in the UK. That is a UK company, I believe. AEW had their Double or Nothing pay-per-view, which I think, kind of, since it's one of their biggest shows of the year, it might be worth taking a look at. So, god, that's a lot. The highlights really are Jurassic Express versus the Hybrid 2. Speaking of Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy is now, he renegotiated with AEW, is now on a handshake, which is awesome. Not for us, he can't work in the UK and the British Isles, but be interesting to see where he ends up wrestling on top of AEW. Similar thing happened to Cody Rhodes recently, which is pretty nuts to think that all these big AEW stars who were exclusive are now becoming, I suppose it kind of parallels real life a wee bit, but yes, in the Notorious universe, Jungle Boy can now wrestle elsewhere. It's cool to say. Other big matches are, so Doc Gallows and Adam Page and Kenny Omega defeated Matt Hardy and Private Party in an 82. Seriously? Jeez. Hangman had a 72. Kenny had an 88. Yeah, just crazy good workers doing good worker things. Sting had a good interview, you'd expect that, and Darby Allin defeated Orange Cassidy in a 79. Damn, that's pretty good too. Jericho defeated MJF in an 85. Yeah. No, a 76, what? Oh, sorry, 85, sorry, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Young Bucks defeated FTR and Proud and Powerful for the tag titles. So Young Bucks are the tag champs again. 81. How did that get an 81 whenever no one here got an 80? They didn't got 75. AEW is broken in this game. And in the main event, John Moxley defeated Cody, Eddie, and Jake Hager in a cage match in an 89. Jesus. Yeah. Cody 86, Eddie 89. Eddie Kingston got 89. Fucking Eddie Kingston is a beast in the Notorious universe. And John Moxley got an 88. Hager was the weakling with a 60. Why were you even there? All in all, a 76 show. Pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good. Let's take a look at their titles while we're here. So Pac is TNT champion. That's cool. AEW Women's Champion is Evil. Oh. That's a choice. That is a choice. We got Evil Alicia Women's Champion. Sure. That's a choice. Not a choice I would make, but it's a choice. Moving on. John Moxley, yes, AEW champion for 417. He does not want to let that fucking belt go again, does he? Can't blame him. He is a good choice for AEW champion. And yes, as I mentioned before, second reign for the Young Bucks with the AEW tag titles. And a last bit of news to discuss. Nick Aldis, yes, the most recent longest reigning NWA champion, recently renegotiated with NWA, went to a handshake deal instead of an exclusive deal, and yeah, I'm going to bring him in. I'm a huge fan of Nick Aldis. I think he is an average to above average in-ring worker, but I think, yeah, like him and one other signing I'm kind of keeping secret, but if you're an eagle-eyed viewer you will have seen it, are the start of us starting to become a big company, like a medium-sized company. We are a little bit off getting the official title of it. Okay, we're like nearly, we're 20 points of popularity away from getting up to there, but like in terms of our star power, I do feel like we are slowly but surely getting there. Okay, so that is all the news and everything else covered. Let's book the show, shall we? And we are back, coming at you from the Frog and Fiddle in the Midlands in England. It is Notorious Pro Wrestling's Wanted. I had a lot to book this week and I couldn't fit it all in. This is the first time I've ever actually had to properly cut a segment. It was my own fault. I kind of shuffled some stuff about on my booking sheet and it's kind of fucked with times, so yeah. It's not that big a deal. One thing I did forget to mention is that Lewis Gervin, he is back from his broken leg. So Filthy Generation back as a quartet? Yeah, quartet, yeah. Which is cool to see. Nice mid-card stable. Alright. That's really it, so let's get into it. In a backstage promo on the pre-show, Easton Reese, Zach Gibson and James Drake are all annoyed because they've all been overlooked for title shots once again. Pentagon overlooked Eason calling out Jonathan Gresham last week, and the Birds of Prey and NIC both faced each other in a number 1 contenders match. But where was Grizzly Young Vets invite? Huh? They didn't get one. It's not cool. 48 rated segment, which is okay. And in a pre-show match, Aspen Faith, the Filthy Generation defeated the Velocities in 15:08 when Lewis Gervin pinned Jude London with a KOC. Aspen Faith got a 45, Lewis Gervin got a 47, Jude Law got a 45, Pat Silva got a 43. That's good from the Velocities. I was expecting worse. And yeah, Lewis Gervin's back, hasn't missed a beat, no ring rust or anything, so cool to see. 47 overall. And in a pre-show backstage promo, Jen Louise interviews Dynasty, the female members of Dynasty, and they promise to teach Tennille Dashwood some respect. Natalia helped Zia Brookside during the segment, which is good. So 56, which is good. Tessa also talked in this, so that is better than I was expecting with Zia having to do some talking. And onto the main show in tag action in a bout that had great heat and good wrestling. Tessa Blanchard and Zia Brookside defeated Crazy Mary Dobson and Tennille Dashwood in 14:39 when Tessa pinned Tennille with a pile driver. Tennille had a 59, Mary had a 56, Zia had a 52, and Tessa had a 61. Yes, as I mentioned before, Crazy Mary Dobson is subtly hinting at turning heel, and Natalia did some good work at ringside. 57 overall, which is good. Post-match, Crazy Mary Dobson snaps and attacks Tennille Dashwood for costing them the match. Again, hinting another hint at turning heel. 54 rated segment. Next up in a backstage promo, Martina says she wants to be the first Irish Notorious Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. 59, which is good for Martina, one of our better entertainers. And in the match itself, Martina defeated Nicole Matthews in 14:59 with a code breaker. And this was a part of the Eliminator tournament. 56 from Martina and a 46 from Nicole. 54 overall, which is good. That's very good. Ooh, next up in a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Eddie Dennis defeated Grado in 10:22. Eddie Dennis had a 54 and Grado had a 59. All in all, 58, which is good. It was when booking this I remembered Grado can't go more than 10 minutes. And that is why he is a part-time wrestler. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He can't go more than 10. So there you go. And it all came flooding back to me. Post-match, Mandrews comes out and lays out Eddie Dennis with a skateboard shot. And then sprays his back yellow. Yeah, pretty much we're going to turn Mark Andrews into the Welsh Darby Allin here. 54 rated segment, which is good. And in our main event, and a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Lethal and Grisham defeated Chris Hero and James Storm when Lethal pinned Chris Hero with a flash pin roll up. Grisham got a 60, Jay got a 61, James got a 56, and Hero got a 58. All in all, 59, which is actually kind of disappointing. These are 4 really great wrestlers. That's sad. That's not sad, like it's still pretty dope. Nothing to be sad about, like it's good, but yeah, just I was expecting more from all of them. Didn't really bring out their A game. And then post-match, Hero and Lethal get into a shoving match while Grisham and Storm try to calm both men down. So this is just them kind of heating things up again. 59 overall, that's actually our weakest show in a while. But it's funny how 59 is considered a weak show, whatever, like we would have chomped our arm off to get 59 about a year ago. So I'm happy enough with that. But yeah, so that is it for another week. If you did enjoy this, do leave a like on the episode and And do subscribe to the channel for not just more Notorious Pro Wrestling, but many other great shows straight into your eyeballs. Next time you guys will be back, we're not going to be back for week 3, we will be back for week 4. And then we will be back after that for the Keep Her Lit pay-per-view. If you have any suggestions for storylines, feuds, tag teams, stables, put them in the comments and I will try book it for you. But all that being said, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.